we're diving into a Hindi horror story that, believe it or not, starts with pure terror, but ends up revealing a surprisingly funny and universal truth. This isn't just about ghosts, you see. It's really a story about family, about frustration, and about the one thing that connects every single one of us. Even, well, the supernatural. Okay, so right off the bat, we're thrown into this moment of just raw, unfiltered anger. You're hearing our protagonist, Shreya, and let me tell you, she is at her absolute breaking point. You can just feel the frustration in her words, right? It's a feeling a lot of us can probably relate to. In her mind, her husband and her mother-in-law basically exist just to drive her crazy.
So, where does this all kick off? Well, before we get to any ghosts or witches, this whole terrifying ordeal actually begins with something way more common, a classic fight at home.
And here's the heart of the problem, right? You've got Shreya on one side. She's working this demanding job, she's completely exhausted, and she just feels like nobody appreciates anything she does. But then, you have her mother-in-law's perspective. She thinks Shreya is just using her job as an excuse to get out of housework and just, relax all day. It is a total clash of expectations, a scene that's probably playing out in countless homes as we speak. So what does she do? Well, completely fueled by this argument, Shreya does what a lot of us might be tempted to do. She makes a super rash decision. She packs a suitcase, storms out of the house, and decides she's going to her mom's place. It's a total heat-of-the-moment choice, and oh boy, it's the one that sets this whole terrifying night in motion. And this is where things take a turn. That simple decision to leave home, it's about to spiral into a complete nightmare. Shreya thinks she's escaping the drama at her house, but she's actually about to step into a world that is so much darker. So her escape plan immediately hits a snag. There's no bus. Her husband, Anuj, is on the phone, begging her to come back. And just then, she spots an auto rickshaw, those three-wheeled taxis you see all over India. To her, it looks like salvation, but something's off. The driver is this old woman who says something really strange. She somehow knows Shreya's running away from her husband. Now, Shreya is totally unsettled, but she gets in anyway. What else is she going to do? And, you guessed it, they end up on this deserted, creepy road. And that's when it happens, the horrifying reveal. The driver transforms into a terrifying witch, a Chudail. And for anyone who doesn't know, in Indian folklore, a Chudail is this incredibly malevolent female spirit. We're talking about a truly feared figure of the night. Naturally, Shreya's first thought is, I gotta jump out of here. But the witch's threat is just bone-chillingly direct. If you even try to jump, I will kill you and eat you right here, right now. And just like that, in that single moment, any hope she had just evaporates. She is completely and utterly trapped.
Okay, so just when you think you know exactly where this horror story is going, witch, victim, spooky graveyard, it takes this absolutely wild turn. The terror suddenly takes a back seat, and what comes next is some seriously dark but surprisingly relatable comedy.
So the witch casually explains that she's just finished her workday, and hey, good news, she brought dinner home. And whose dinner? Shreya, of course. And where's home? Oh, just a desolate graveyard where her ghost husband and her witch mother-in-law are waiting. Just a regular Tuesday night. And this is where things get absolutely hilarious. The witch's mother-in-law, a ghost witch, mind you, immediately starts laying into her. She's complaining, accusing the witch of just roaming around in her auto all day long so she can get out of making dinner. Does that sound familiar? It's the exact same argument Shreya just had with her own mother-in-law. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. So picture this. Shreya is sitting in the back of this rickshaw, about to be eaten, but she's just watching this supernatural family feud unfold. And she has this epiphany. For a second, she's not even thinking about the danger. She's just stunned. The realization just washes over her. It doesn't matter if you're human or a ghost, a working professional or a soul-eating witch in-law problems are apparently universal. But listen, this moment of weird cosmic connection, it's gone in a flash. That shared grievance doesn't create some kind of magical bond. No, it actually ends up putting Shreya in even more danger. And just like that, we're shifting right back into terror mode. Turns out the family argument has completely ruined the witch's mood. She is furious. She basically declares that family dinner is canceled. Instead, she's just going to eat Shreya all by herself. Great. And just then, a bright light.
It's Anuj, her husband, on his bike. See, he got worried when she never actually made it to her mom's house, so he came out looking for her. The headlight hits the witch square in the eyes, blinding her, and she crashes the auto into a tree. Anuj runs over, pulls a terrified Shreya from the wreckage, just as the witch starts to regain consciousness. They leap onto his bike and just gun it, speeding off without even daring to look back.
All right, so after that insane chase and that incredibly narrow escape, the story starts to wind down. And it leaves us with a few key lessons from Shreya's absolutely terrifying night.
So what's the takeaway here? Well, first off, maybe don't make huge, life-altering decisions when you're super angry. Second, and this is the big one, family drama really is the great equalizer. And, on a more practical note, probably not a great idea to storm out of the house late at night during a fight, and for the love of everything, definitely don't get into a strange, empty auto rickshaw.
So as they're riding home, hearts still pounding in their chests, Anuj delivers the absolute perfect closing line. He says, "You escaped the witch, Shreya, but you can't escape Mom." And that one joke just brings the whole story full circle. It's this hilarious reminder that, yeah, the supernatural monster might be gone, but the good old-fashioned human conflict, that's waiting for them right at home. Which really leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? This story seems to suggest that it doesn't matter if you're dealing with office politics or, graveyard ghouls, some problems are just inescapable. So I'll leave you with this. Human or witch, can anyone truly escape family drama?